Lordship, petitioner arrested on 21 2024. My Lordship. Your Lordship, this matter is part heard, my Lordship. Only other side, he just take time for filing of the counter, but he had just given across the bench, my Lordship. He was arrested on 21 2024, my Lordship. More than 6.5 months she is in jail, my Lordship.
What is
On
state of the
judicial.
investigation?
The investigation is completed. Complaint has been filed.
Charge, okay.
Charge sheet has been filed.
And she's resident of
She is resident of Manoj,
South Africa, my Lordship.
South Africa, Manoj.
which paragraph
Johannesburg.
in your counter? Foreign, and you have just simply stated foreign national.
Foreign national. But their thing they says that it is South Africa, Manoj. Their cost title also says it is South Africa.
Paragraph did you state for reason for dismissing the bail petition?
No, the bail petition is been
What are your grounds for dismissal?
No, the grounds for the refusal of minutes. She has been caught red-handedly in the customs department where there was a checking of the bag, trolley bag that was being brought out. It was caught red-handedly, and a commercial quantity to the tune of 5,916 grams of heroin was being seized.
5,000?
5,916
16 kgs of.
heroin was
And
seized.
how much is the commercial quantity?
250 grams is the commercial quantity. 5 grams is the small quantity. That's taking the commercial quantity. I'm not sorry. 5,936. I'm sorry. 1636.
5,000?
936. 5936. Manoj, our case is Manoj. The baggage that in which the contraband was there, it was a check-in baggage. The contraband was there in souvenirs. They've opened the souvenirs and they found that substance, white-colored powder. After verification, they came to know that it is.
Where did you state? Whatever you submitted.
Manoj, my submissions. The evidence that what we have.
She had just disputed this, my Lordship. She had just disputed this. Additional material paper, what I have just filed, my Lordship. I have just taken the counter and I have just supplied the counter to the petitioner inside the jail, and I have just asked her to clarify it and to give a appropriate answer in regard to that counter, my Lordship. Because as if I was not present at the time, and she is the one, she has to confess like, whether she was just carrying or not. So she had just marked those in her own handwriting. What they have just did. She is disputing. Even your Lordship, when the sample collection is taken place, they have just claiming that 4 packets were found. And initially they have just said that is off-white color, my Lordship. When they have just in the counter, they are just mentioning it's in a white color, my Lordship. And moreover, from the four packets, my Lordship, they have just taken sample from one packet.
Coming from which place to which place? Something.
She was just coming from Johannesburg. She was just coming from Lusaka to Hyderabad, my Lordship, through Johannesburg and Singapore, my Lordship.
And where was that checking baggage left in between?
It was scanned initially at the boarding point, my Lordship, and then when the plane was got changed, my Lordship, it was kept in the screening. In Singapore also, it was get checked, my Lordship. In Singapore, they have just found she has got she in her mobile phone, my Lordship. There are photographs of that particular baggage, my Lordship. It was wrapped. It was wrapped through wrapping this thing, my Lordship. And the same was screened in Singapore also, my Lordship. Nothing was just found suspicious. While arriving at Hyderabad, my Lordship, she had just found that one bag was missing, and she complained at the desk also, my Lordship. And along with a custom officer, that bag, a custom officer was holding that bag, and she had just intercepted at the green channel, my Lordship, where they usually conduct the checking and all, my Lordship.
So when checking
And moreover,
she was not in possession of that baggage.
She was
yes, my Lordship.
having baggage.
According to them, she's not in possession. It was with some custom officer. And,
He had just come across. Even I was just asked a question.
I don't know how the prosecution has connected that baggage with this lady when it was not in her possession when she got down at Hyderabad.
They themselves just carried that bag and they have just intercepted that, saying that again, your Lordship may see the additional material paper what I have just submitted, my Lordship. There clearly she had just denying each and everything, my Lordship. On page number 3, my Lordship, handwritten text is there, my Lordship. To be very honest, how the custom know in the first place that I was traveling through Hyderabad. Secondly, there was one female and one custom officer that were waiting for me with the so and so luggage bag, my Lord. In the second line, it's a second paragraph itself. She had just denied it. saying that they themselves were just holding the bag and they're just waiting for them, my lordship. And whereas my trolley bag was in the flight check, and when the wrap was removed and the same of my items were missing. This is the handwriting of Maria, my lordship, what she had just written in the jail, my lordship, countering their counter, my lordship. I was only the white female traveling through the Hyderabad only to be written on with the written travel on 23rd January, so and so, my lordship. Not once customs mentioned that I was epileptic seizures while in their custody, and while moving these seizures, money was taken from my wallet, 25,000 rupees, my lordship. N number of allegations he was just keeping on putting on them, my lordship. Even, my lordship, technically, my lordship, those from those 4 packets, they have just taken a sample of a matchstick head worth sample they have just collected, and they have just conducted the test, my lordship, as per the prosecution's this thing. Whereas they are supposed to take all samples from all 4 packets, my lordship. And assuming that might be the same contraband is present in the other 3 packets, they have just said that they have just taken only one matchstick head worth from a sample they have just collected. That is also covered, Madam Lordship. They are not supposed to do that, Lordship. Even they haven't followed the section 50, my lordship, while conducting the checking, my lordship. In my petition, my lordship, your lordship may see page number 11 of my petition, my lordship. Violation of section 104 of Customs Act, a legal requirement, section 104 of Customs Act mandates that searches and seizures to be conducted with a proper authorization and adherence to the legal procedure. The search in the case did not follow the prescribed legal frameworks. The case law reference in Union of India versus S.K. Sharma, 1992, and the court emphasized the necessity of following legal procedure during searches and seizures, with non-compliance rendering the evidence inadmissible. Lordship, there are a lot of discrepancies, my lordship, conducting the check, my lordship, as well as they haven't followed the section 51. And the sample collection also was not clearly mentioned, my lordship. And whereas they have just collected one small quantity of sample, my lordship, and from only 1 packet, my lordship. They have just left all of those 3 packets, what they have just claiming they found from the baggage, my lordship. Okay. And moreover, the color output, my lordship, they haven't mentioned in what type of chemical test they have just conducted among the 4 tests, my lordship, and what color output they have just got out of that color test, my lordship, of heroin. So these are the facts, my lordship, which they are.
You have not mentioned the color. What has come after?
Color report is there, minutes. Color.
What is the color? I think some purple and brown should come.
Light purple and light brown has to appear, my lordship, which is not mentioned in the seizure report. Neither, if he is filing some additional material paper which was not filed when filing of this charge sheet and FIR, my lordship, then.
However, the important aspect you have not mentioned. What material is evident is that was not found in her possession.
Only submission. Certainly, they take a defense that the bag doesn't belong to me, not just in the bail, but also during the course of the trial.
But what is your contention? Is it found in her possession?
It is found in her possession. It is her bag. It is the check-in baggage. Later on, they realized that something is happening. In her presence only, they have opened it. They have opened the trolley bag and everything in her presence only. They have not opened anything beyond her presence. They have asked her to open it also. And she was concealing the contraband in souvenirs. Sometimes when the checking is happening, there might be some mistake that has taken place. She is not carrying the powder in the complete normal stage. She is carrying it in the document holder and souvenirs. It was wrapped on the corners. It's day in, day out, Malats, this is the tendency in which the contraband is coming into the market. That is the reason why, Malats, at the initial stages, Malats, today the charge sheet is filed, the trial will take place.
Computer, she is since 21/1/24, she is in jail. But all that will be considered at the time of trial. We will release her. She is not involved in any other.
Well, certainly she is not involved.
No antecedents against her,
not at this stage, Malats. That is the only request. The trial court,
not at this stage. Then at what time you want to release her? After trial?
Malats, let the charges at least be framed, Malats. Because Malats, she is not.
In 7 years, she is in jail, she is not used to this climate. She is a white lady,
The charge sheet is not yet on the stage of the SR stage only. the numbering of the charge sheet has to take place, charges has to be framed, and then my lords may give a direction to the trial court to consider after the framing of the charges. Once the charges are
I shall
framed,
reserve this, sir. Go through this.
Deeply. Your Lordship, last contention, Your Lordship, final humble submission, Your Lordship. I have filed one judgment, My Lordship, in regard to this. I have just filed more than 12 judgments, My Lordship. Within that, Ansar Ahmed versus State, My Lordship. It is additionally an individual judgment has been given, My Lordship. Ansar Ahmed versus State, My Lordship.
Have you given any judgment?
I have given one judgment, one article, my lords, wherein Supreme Court has stated
Yes,
that heroin takes away everything. And
Another judgment he has just provided, My Lordship, which clearly says that it was in regard to anticipatory bail, My Lordship.
Just a minute. Where is your answer and judgment?
Ansar Ahmed versus State, My Lordship. Government of NCT of Delhi.